welcome back to another video. And today we are going to be seeing the differences between Windows 10 20H2 and Windows 10 1507. And I'm going to be using 20H2 for the latest version and 1507 for the first version, and we're going to be comparing the differences. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I'm going to be using VMware to do this, so give me a second for it to open. I'm going to create a new VM. And first, we don't do auto or easy install because we want to look at the installation and see what's different. 1507. Now, both of these VMs are only going to have one core, and I'm only going to give them 60 gigabytes of storage, and 2 gigs of RAM should be fine. Let me check how much RAM I got available. Yeah, that should be fine, I think. Alright, and virtual processors, 1. Because I don't want to overpower my computer over my OBS software, so anyway, that wouldn't be good. Alright, that should be good. And create a new VM. I just want to select that and 20H2. So Windows 10 20H2. Now this is going to be pretty interesting because we're going to see what it's like between these two, because that 1507 is the first release and 20H2 is, well, the latest release that I got on my hard drive currently, which is pretty new. So, and I'm also going to disable Wi-Fi because I don't want that to interfere, because it's just going to do a bunch of updates if I do, and we would not like that. So let me also detach Wi-Fi on this one. So I should be able to open this 2 times. Alright. I'm going to start up this one. And we're going to start up this one on this side. So play. Play. Why is this not recommending my ISO? Because... oh. Okay, I guess that's stupid. Don't know why it wouldn't keep that. Okay, this one's 20H2 one. Okay. And... this one is a 1511 one. Or 1507, not 1511, my bad. Shoot. I'll just have to make sure to click in here. Okay. Alright, so now we are booting in. Now, I just want to make sure that OBS is not lagging, because that would be bad. Alright, so this one got to the setup. Let's see if these look different at all. No. So these don't look different at all. Okay. Oh, so on this newest one, it says I don't have a product key, and on here it says skip. So that's interesting. So, skip, I guess. Now, I'm going to do Windows 10 Home for both of these. As you can see, date modified is different. This is 11/19/2020, and this is 7/10/2015. So that's quite interesting. Now, the terms of service have updated, of course. I'm not going to read them. So this looks the same, okay. So installing we go, I guess. Okay, that was fast. Alright, I'll pause this and I'll be back when this finishes. To give you an update, Windows 10 20H2 here on the right, over here on the left. I just noticed that these bars are different on both of them, as you can see. Alright, and this one is less green, this one's darker green, so it's something interesting that I just noticed. Okay, so it looks like the one on the left is going to finish first, 1507. So that's interesting. I wonder what 20H2 could be spending so much time installing files with. Oh, it wants to restart, sure. Oh, that's interesting. So this one's probably going to finish first. It definitely seems that way. Alright. Let's see how long this one takes to load. Doesn't seem like it's going to take that long. Alright, so I guess I'll pause the video and I'll be back once this loads. Alright, so this is now at getting devices ready. So I'll be back once this finishes. Plus this is at 83% now. Alright, so I let this sit just because I just finished supper. So as you can see, the time has changed a lot. And now we have this. Time to enter a product key. I'm going to say do this later. Oh, okay, so that's different. Interesting. Oh, so we're going to say United States on this one. Oh, I gotta make sure that the internet is disabled on both of these because we don't want it updating. So
your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that?
we're gonna mute you because that's annoying. That's one thing that's new, Cortana. Alright, so I'm gonna say use Express. Okay. I know that's next. And I do not want to add a second keyboard layout. So let's see which one's faster. And this one's a lighter blue, and this one's a darker blue, so it's kind of interesting. So, admin is going to use this PC. You don't need a password. Oh, wow, that was really fast setup there. On this one, I still gotta go through. I don't have internet and all of this stuff. And continue. Oh, wow, yep, we're gonna get back. Now, I should have a Windows 10 Pro trial. Or, no, this is actually home, isn't it? Yeah, I said. So, I'll have to enter in a product key. But I'm not for this video because I get a free 30-day trial. Anyway. So this one just says just a moment. And, of course, you want to turn off all the Windows 10's built-in spyware. Because that would be bad if we didn't. Now, since I have a 4-core CPU, I'm actually able to do this. If I didn't have a 4-core CPU, I would not be able to do this. There's a lot more setup screens in this one. Okay, so this one's still taking forever, and this one's finished. So there's a lot of differences here. This is different. So that's quite interesting. And wow. Well, I'm just gonna let this sit here for a minute and let this one finish. So it's actually even because, well, I want it to be even. And we can look at it at the same time. But why don't we start up Task Manager and see what that looks like on this one? It's going to be interesting of which one's using more RAM, because I'm going to bet that it's going to be this one over here, since this is a newer version. So, anyway. Next thing is the start menu, because as you can see on mine, even though it's not even though mine is like all deep loaded and stuff. But anyway. We'll wait. I'll pause the video and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so this has finished. And, well, there's already some pretty massive differences. First of all, the icons. Can ignore that. The icons look a lot different. And so doesn't this. This over here looks different. As you can see, the icons are a lot different. This one has like a web browser symbol with the no. And then this one has auto symbol. Actually, the audio symbols are the same, but the taskbars are a lot different. This one's white. And also the default apps look different, because this is Edge, File Explorer, and Mail. But on this one, it's Edge, File Explorer, and Store. So that's quite different. Now, why don't we see what the Task Manager looks like? So on this one, it just sits at 100%. As you can see, these are both identical machines, so there should be no difference at all, but of course there is. And as you can see, there's 72 processes on this one, 71. This is 42. Now, which one's using more? H2. This one does not use that much RAM. Now, we can open up the start menu. As you can see, this is quite different because if you open up the one, if you open up the one on here, as you can see, it takes up like the whole screen. But on this one, and also on this one, you gotta go to all apps if you want to see all of your apps. Kinda interesting, because on this one, it just shows your apps. And also the store icon looks different, and a bunch of these icons are different. Like, Microsoft Edge is different, because if you open it, even though it's on the internet, look at how much different this is going to look, okay? It's going to look a lot different, trust me. Now this one does not use that much RAM at all. Even though this one uses not that much, even less. Still. Now another interesting thing is that this is all white, even though there's a dark theme. But there's a lot more bloatware. See? A lot more. Also, there's no that start thing in this one. It's just all right here. So let's see what the settings looks like, because I'm pretty sure this is like combating a lot of background noise. Here, versions. We'll start up Winver. So you can see this says version 10.0. Strange. This one says version 20H2. Anything else is different. Oh, this one has a higher up thing. Or yeah, these are different. There's this one you got like this new style, and this one it's more like this old style. Kind of interesting. Now on here it says search the web and Windows, but on here it just says type here to search. Also, another thing is, if you actually click in the box, this is way smaller. And this is way bigger. Quite interesting, I guess. Now, if we both connected both of these machines to the internet, the performance would just be absolutely garbage. So that ain't happening. As you can see, the CPU, now that Windows 10 20H2 is finished doing whatever it needed to do, it has a lot less CPU usage, which I guess is good. As you can see, we're both at pretty low CPU, so I bet you this is faster than some of you guys watching's computer, not even in a virtual machine right now. Would not surprise me. And if we go into File Explorer, how about what the storage comparison is? If we go into this PC, that's a big difference, because if we go into Properties, oh, and also the point says 59.3 and this says 59.4. Not a big difference, but I'll give it that. Now on Windows 10, the newest version, we're using 17.5 gigabytes Meanwhile, on this version, we're only using 8.77 gigabytes. So there's a big difference there if you guys are on one of those computers that have a lot of storage. That would be. Also, the notification or action center. On here, you got to go all the way over to here. Meanwhile, on this one, you just go to here. And also, there's tablet mode and all this stuff. But on this one, you got to go up to expand. And also, there's a bunch of new things like network. Also, okay, all settings is there. Nightlight. Connect. Well, connect is there. So quite interesting. Now, as you can see, there's a bunch more icons in this one. Because on this one, this is a lot more clean, if you first say. Now, also, I bet these all the notifications and all this stuff looks different. The folders look different. And if we go into all apps on this one, just everything looks different just about. I guess that's one of the big things about the Windows 10 is that how everything looks different because it's updated so much since its release. So, also, there's this, never mind. And also, there's this user button, and that's not on this one, but it's up here. So, we test the boot times. So, power. Let me go get a stopwatch. Because we probably will need one. We want this to work. Okay, Microsoft, I guess my computer's slow running VMs. Even though we're not even using like half of my CPU. Now, we want a stopwatch. So, online stopwatch right here. Stopwatch already. So I hit restart on this one. I'll go over and hit start. Restart. Start. So let's see what the difference is. Wow, this is going to take like a full minute to boot. Then again, I am using a hard drive for these, so. I'm going to start this as soon as we get to the desktop. Wow, this is slow. Oh, but the icons aren't loaded. I'll wait for the icons, you know? Just for a full startup for me. 150.561. Now, if we Control V. Alright, I'm going to try to make this as even as I can, but it probably won't be. Oh, I hit restart on this one. Restart? Start. Oh. Okay. As we can see, we're approaching 35 seconds. Wow, we're over a minute now. Minute and 10. Oh, please wait. Now, I'm pretty sure the lock screens look different. Yes, they do. And well, there's also a glitch where, like, the password box shows up and stuff, but it says welcome underneath. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder if I have to click anything. Oh, that's so strange. I guess we'll see if it comes in. Yep. So 1 minute and 41 seconds. Versus 1 minute and 50 seconds. So if I were using this, the Windows 10 1507 would probably work better for me. Except that it's outdated, of course. But that's kind of interesting. Now I guess we'll get a full look at the lock screens. Lock. This one. As you can see, these buttons are different too. It's kind of interesting. As you can see, this one has a more bold lock screen, as you can see. Meanwhile, this one kind of has it different. No, these are exactly the same. But on this one, it has the Windows logo and sign in. But on this one, it still has a lock screen, but it's faded out. And it still says sign in. Well, that's kind of interesting. Well, alright, I guess that was a look at Windows 10 versus 28. Sorry. Windows 10 1507 versus Windows 10 20H2. Now, there is quite a big difference between its initial release and just about the latest version, anyway. This is all I can get on my internet because it's so slow. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.